And welcome into Bon Appetit. Wait a minute, Bon Appetit with all these plants. Because when you think of Wright's produce, you think of all those wonderful fruits and vegetables, but you may not know that if you're looking for plants that are grown and specifically thrive in this area, you need to come to Wright's. And we have with us Jean Wright. Glad to have you back, young lady.
Thank you.
And you're back into your new old house, huh?
Yes.
Remodeled. If you remember, they used to be in the bigger place out there by Garrett Coliseum, and then they did some renovations, and they moved you into the little place on the side where you guys froze for a few months. Now they're back home.
We're back home.
Back home, right where they were, but only better.
Yeah. Few improvements, and it's a lot nicer.
Well, and one of the nice things that happened, if you've been there before, they've paved the parking lot.
Amen.
Made it beautiful. So when you buy your apples, they don't bounce out of your backs before you get to your car. So that makes it great. But this is the time of the year we need to be looking at plants.
Right.
Getting them in the ground or just using them for decoration, right?
Right. Yeah. We have some for both,
Right.
outside or inside. And right now your ferns are real popular.
Yes.
And the geraniums. Geraniums like a little cool weather, so they don't mind the coolness.
Well, that's good. So they're going to go away in the summer then, right?
Well, in the
No,
summer,
they'll stay around?
in the summer you have to give them a little more shade.
Okay.
As long as they don't get a lot of sun, they bloom. Sometimes they'll bloom on into December.
Now, I've got ferns at my house that I bought from you, that if we took care of them and got them out of the cold weather, they're still flourishing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And now this fern to my left over here is what?
That's the Boston fern.
Okay. That's the most popular, isn't it?
Yeah, your Bostons, they're pretty hanging, and they don't like a lot of sun. As the weather gets hotter, shade is good for your Bostons.
You have to be sure they have plenty of water.
Yes.
And then I have to tell you that your plants are different than anywhere else I've ever bought a plant, because Jack is right. Those ferns will last throughout the winter if you take care of them. And I have got 2 of your geraniums that I bought last year that have made it through the winter, and they are blooming like crazy right now.
Oh, yes.
Isn't that amazing?
I don't get plants that last like that anywhere else.
Well, we have our own growers that's been doing plants for some of them for 30 years.
Wow.
And our ferns,
Same thing.
He specializes in ferns, and we have different ones like geraniums.
Beautiful.
They're just, they're good growers, and we enjoy doing business with them because they have good plants.
Yeah, you also have a lot of small plants, so you can add whatever you want. I love that sweet potato plant.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you've got a lot of little small, you have mixed
Now,
baskets.
here we have which?
Everything.
Now this one is this is a mixture. They like sun. You can take this pot and put it in the middle of a big pot.
Right.
And it'll spray and cover the big pot. Blooms all summer. Most everything in this pot will come back. So that's a good investment there.
Yeah, I love that.
And you're going to tell the people when they buy something what to do with it. In other words, should you leave it in that plastic container if it's growing, or should you pull it out and get it into something else?
You can just pull it out, put your hole in your big pot, and set that down in there. This has holes in the bottom for your roots to come out, so you could leave it in this pot here.
That's great. And this beautiful.
Yeah, this is a shade plant.
Yep.
This thing will bloom all year round.
Is that right?
As long as you give it enough light. Begonias don't like to stay real wet. So you have to let them get a little dry, water it good, let it get a little dry. These right here in the summertime, you practically have to water it
almost every day. But that's what's nice, like Jack said. You'll give instructions on all of these.
And then you've got this the last fern we want to talk about, and you're going to see it close up and personal because it's a beautiful fern. Now, what do they call this one?
That's a macho.
A macho.
And
And
that's a good shady fern. Some people give them a little sun. As long as you water and fertilize them, they can take a little sun.
Well, now, is that one at full growth, or is it's got a lot more to go?
They keep growing.
My Lord. So it'll become a tree in your backyard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We have those in baskets, and we have them in pots.
Okay. Will you have Easter lilies this year?
Yes.
Okay, so they will have Easter lilies. They have a variety, a lot of different types of things. They're located on Federal Drive or Congressman Dickinson Drive. If you know where Garrett Coliseum is at, go a little bit past Garrett Coliseum if you're coming from Montgomery, and it's on the left-hand side. And it sits back. You can see the roof. We're going to be putting some signage up there to let you know that you're there, because it's a beautiful place to be. And your hours are Monday, 7 days a week now.
7 till 5.
7 till 5 every day.
Every day.
Good.
Now.
Great. So make sure if you're looking for something great, they're going to give you the information you need. That's the wonderful part about it. And we'll be right back right after this.